Have you noticed how, as we move through life's later chapters, the memory of love, both its joys and its heartbreaks, can become more vivid, more precious? Sometimes we find ourselves thinking not simply about romantic love, but about the ways faith in love itself has shaped who we are. After all we've experienced, the relationships gained and lost, the bonds forged in family and friendship, the seasons of tenderness and testing, what does it mean to carry faith in love now? For many of us, the teenage idea of love might have been a rush of excitement, dramatic gestures, perhaps a feeling that everything depended on that one person. Over time, though, life has brought its share of challenges, illnesses, loss, disappointments, misunderstandings. Yet here we are, with a whole lifetime of wisdom, still yearning to believe in love's power, and perhaps realizing just how essential that faith remains. Today, let's explore what faith in love can truly mean at this stage, how it can still nourish, comfort, and guide us, even as the world around us changes. Along the way, I'll share insights and invite you to reflect on your own story, as together we continue honoring the richness of life's journey. Let's begin with the idea that love isn't simply a feeling, but an ongoing choice, a habit, if you will, woven with acts of care, understanding, and forgiveness. After several decades, it becomes clear feelings can fluctuate, but faith in love rests on repeating small, loving actions, even when it's not easy. I think of couples who, after 50 years together, still bring each other morning coffee, or friends who call every week, rain or shine. In these actions, big declarations pale next to steady presence. Whether you share your days with a partner, a dear friend, or even a beloved pet, the commitment to show up for love, despite rough patches, keeps its flame alive. So how can this understanding improve life in our 60s, 70s, or beyond? Simply put, regular acts of kindness and attention don't just nurture others, they remind us we are needed, purposeful, and capable of giving. Maybe it's writing a note to an old friend, or making a family recipe for your grandchildren. A small, steady gesture can be both a balm and a bridge. If you're thinking about this now, perhaps recall a time when a routine kindness deepened a relationship. What's one loving ritual you could rekindle or create this week? Now, let's take a look at faith in love as resilience. The ability to keep opening your heart even after loss. Many of us reach a stage where we've said more goodbyes than hellos. It's tempting sometimes to retreat and protect ourselves. But faith in love invites us to be brave, to continue caring, making new connections, or simply holding space for memories without bitterness. Here, I am reminded of two different responses to loss. On one side, I've known folks who, after a partner passes away, decide never to seek out new companionship. Their world feels smaller and quieter, and sometimes loneliness creeps in. On the other side, I've met people who, while never forgetting their loved one, slowly open themselves to new friendships or community activities. A book club, a volunteer group, even friendly chats at the local coffee shop. The difference, they choose to believe that love is not a one-time gift, but an ever-present possibility. For those feeling hesitant, perhaps the first step is simply reaching out, a short phone call, or attending one gathering. You might be amazed at how faith in love, quietly nurtured, can bring unexpected warmth back into your days. This brings us to another important truth. Giving love is as sustaining as receiving it. So often later years are framed in terms of what one has lost, not what one continues to offer. Grandparents know this well, how it feels to pour affection, wisdom, and humor into the next generation. And yet, opportunities to give love exist beyond family too, in mentoring, volunteering, or sharing stories that help others feel less alone. If you find the days sometimes drifting by, consider this offering a listening ear, a recipe, or even a well-chosen joke might mean more than you know. Faith in love, expressed in generosity, affirms that our lives still matter deeply. Maybe today you can identify just one small act of sharing that feels meaningful to you. If you get value from what we have presented, please like and subscribe to help us grow our channel, Ageless Intuition. Moving on, let's talk about how faith in love calls for forgiveness, not only of others, but of ourselves. At this age, most of us carry regrets, whether from a crossword spoken in anger, an old misunderstanding, or roads not taken. If you're like me, you know the temptation to dwell on what-ifs. But faith in love encourages us to soften, to let go of self-blame, and extend that same understanding to others. Consider two approaches to old wounds. One person holds tight to every slight, replaying grudges in their mind, feeling weighed down. Another learns gradually to offer forgiveness, not to erase the past, but to ease the burden of carrying it. Which approach leads to more peace as the years unfold? Sometimes writing a letter you never send, saying a simple "I'm sorry," or making peace with your younger self can lift a great weight from your shoulders. Is there someone, or perhaps some part of yourself, you might forgive today? Now I want to touch on faith in love through self-compassion. So many of us, especially those who spent lives caretaking for others, can overlook our own need for gentleness. Faith in love means honoring yourself, embracing your strengths, and offering a kind word when you look in the mirror. This isn't about vanity, but about acknowledging that you still deserve care and delight. Quality of life at this stage often blossoms when we treat ourselves as valuable. That could mean savoring a favorite hobby, wearing a color that brings out your eyes, or simply resting without guilt. What's one small way you can offer yourself kindness this week? Let's turn now to the importance of expressing gratitude within the tapestry of love. With age, we see how easily gratitude can be drowned out by daily frustrations, a sore knee, changing routines, aches for people or places no longer with us. Yet when we pause to notice what remains, a familiar song, the taste of summer berries, the laughter of someone dear, our faith in love renews itself. Many find it helpful to adopt a small gratitude ritual, jotting down 3 joys before bed, telling someone thank you for a specific moment, or silently holding gratitude for the presence of a longtime friend. With each act, gratitude acts as medicine, keeping our hearts supple, our faith in love quietly resilient. What have you felt grateful for today, even in passing? Take a moment now, if you like, to reflect or jot it down. Another remarkable insight comes from recognizing that love, in its many forms, often asks for patience and flexibility. The rhythms of life change, family members move, friendships shift, health ebbs and flows. Faith in love means adapting, growing with the seasons of our lives, instead of expecting things to remain as they once were. Think about a relationship in your life that has changed shape, perhaps with an adult child or an old friend. It may have required a new approach, less frequent visits, more phone calls, different boundaries. When we meet these changes with patience and a willingness to grow, love adjusts and softens instead of hardening into disappointment. Is there a relationship in your life where patience might be the next loving step, for yourself or for another? Finally, faith in love means believing that your presence matters. Often the world grows noisier, and it's easy to feel overlooked. But make no mistake, the stories you tell, the kindness you share, and the wisdom you embody profoundly shape the lives around you. Sometimes, just sharing a memory from your youth or offering perspective to someone struggling can plant seeds of understanding and hope. One simple step, Consider connecting with someone younger, perhaps a grandchild or a neighbor, and share a story from your life that brought you insight or joy. You may not realize just how much these threads of connection mean, both for them and for you. Now, as we draw close, I invite you to share your own reflections below. How has faith in love changed throughout your life? What helps keep your heart open now? When you comment, you're joining a community where every story is valued, and each person's journey helps encourage another. If you enjoyed this conversation and felt enriched by these thoughts, please like and subscribe. Your support helps us build Ageless Intuition, a space for wisdom and connection. With a lifetime of experiences behind you, you know love is not always easy, but always worth believing in. These insights, small actions, brave resilience, generosity, forgiveness, self-compassion, gratitude, patience, and recognizing our impact can deepen the quality of every day. May your faith in love bring you comfort, courage, and the ongoing surprise of joy. And may you always remember, your story matters. Thanks for watching. Tap that like button and subscribe if this brought you joy today. We're growing thanks to wonderful folks like you. Wishing you a peaceful day, wrapped in warmth and love.